Hi, welcome to the Future of Finance podcast. I'm Marissa Wood with Union Financial Services, and today I'm sitting down talking with my business partner, Lisa Green, who has been in the business for almost 20 years, helping clients achieve the retirement of their dreams. And today, the topic that we're going to discuss is the number one fear in retirement and how we help our clients combat that fear with some investment strategies. So welcome, Lisa.
Hi, Marissa. It's great to be here.
Thanks
This is
for joining.
exciting.
Yeah.
I'm happy to share this information.
Yeah. And so when we were talking about, having this podcast, and I know you were a little hesitant at first,
Of
but
course.
we were excited to be able to talk about some of the strategies that we use with our clients, spread some education, have it in an accessible form that people can watch and listen to on their own because it's important.
It's so true. And I am excited to spread the word. I love teaching people about the investments that are available to them. I love being able to help people prepare for retirement. And what a great way to do it. I'm excited.
Yeah. So let's address the elephant in the room. What is the number one fear in retirement?
The number one fear in retirement is running out of money. That is a true fear, and it really has a grip on people that just retire or are preparing to retire, and they are so afraid to do all the things that they dreamt of doing because they don't know if they're going to run out of money.
Yeah, especially as people are living longer nowadays, you don't want to run out of money before you run out of life, right?
So true. Now, when we're working, we're getting those weekly, biweekly paychecks, and then imagine that just stops. And you have Social Security, but as we know, that's not enough to live on. So when we talk to people about retiring, they say, how is this money going to last my entire life?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's definitely something that, I've learned through you that, pretty much any financial advisor can help you get through that accumulation phase where you're just putting money away, saving it, helping it grow. But then what about when you get to that distribution phase? That's where the real strategies need to come in so that, this is your lump sum of money. You're never going to make another dollar in your life. How does this sustain you so that you can do all the things that you said you wanted to do?
Right.
And I've learned a lot through you over the years because you are closer to that, retiree age. Not that you're ever going to retire because
No, I won't.
You're doing this forever. But you have more of a sense of what these people are feeling.
I absolutely do. And I watched my parents struggle with things like, how am I going to make this money last? So being independent advisors, as we are, we have access to investments that will provide you with lifetime income. And that is income that you can never outlive.
Wow.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine putting your nest egg, whether it's a 401k or whatever you have saved, and having that self-directed pension. It's exactly what it becomes. And then you do have that paycheck that you're so accustomed to.
All right. Well, we will definitely get more into that strategy in a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation about the 4 strategies that we use with our clients to help them never run out of money. And so that first strategy that I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about is adding a level of protection. That's step number 1 usually when it comes to people that are within, I would say, a 5-year mark of retiring or they are retired, adding that level of protection. And, what do we mean by that?
So we have investments that are available to us that actually do grow along with the market. They do mirror what the market is doing, but you can never suffer a loss. You're protected from any loss. Now, when you're in retirement, you don't have time on your side to let your investment grow back to what it was, a few years ago. You really don't have that time horizon there. So we need to be able to protect what we've saved while still letting that money grow.
Yeah, because the crazy thing is that, if you experience a 20% loss in the market, we ask people sometimes, what return do you need to get back even? to get back where you started from. And most people say, oh, 20%. Well, no, that's not true. $100,000 loses 20%. Now you have 80,000. You need more than 20% to get back to that 100.
So true.
And that's the problem in retirement because, you're going to compound that loss with a withdrawal so that you could pay your mortgage and your bills. And now you're really in a bad position because you need a crazy high rate of return.
34.
So, yeah, that's, I guess, what it is. And so when we speak to our clients about adding that level of protection, one of the strategies we use is a fixed index annuity, which is protected by the claims paying ability of the insurance carrier. And what we're doing is we're putting a floor, a 0% floor, so that, they can earn when the market is doing well. But then if the market has a downturn, their principal just stays level. They're not suffering that loss.
And isn't that great?
Yeah.
And I will tell you that so many people that we meet with, they have no idea that an investment like this exists. So we are happy to share. Look, you can absolutely protect your money in retirement. And they're thrilled. They had no idea. They just knew about their 401k. It would go up, it would go down. And now, if we can show them a way where they can still capture gains, but never suffer a loss, that's a very, very big benefit in retirement.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that really is, step one, protecting a portion. And then step two would be adding a stream of lifetime income, which I know is something that we're both super passionate about. And so tell me a little bit more about how you've seen lifetime income impact your clients over the years.
So when I've met with multiple clients, they always say to me, what am I going to do now? How am I going to know if I can take that vacation, if I can go out to dinner 3 times a week? I don't know what to do. All I knew was working, saving, accumulating. Now I'm retired with this lump sum of money, and I'm afraid to touch it. So when we can show a person, you can have that check, you can have that ball of money where you wanted to go on vacation and you wanted to buy a new car. Here is this lump sum of money that is going to be coming in every month for as long as you live. Never will you outlive this money. It will consistently come as a paycheck, monthly, quarterly, however you'd like it. And these companies offer amazing strategies for you to have that lifetime income, for you to be able to enjoy retirement and do everything you wanted to do.
And so when we say lifetime income, is that until the account value goes to zero?
No. It is until that account owner passes away.
Okay.
Lifetime income will last the entire life of that person, even if that account value is depleted. You will still continue to get those paychecks. And I know people have said, well, that seems too good to be true.
Yeah, it does, especially if people live really long.
Well, and longevity is something that's happening all the time now.
But now what happens because I know we do meet with some people that do tell us, well, I don't think I'm going to live long. That seems to be something that we do hear more often than not. I don't know why people think that they're not going to live long.
I know,
but
whether it's their family.
Head. Yeah.
But people do say that.
And so what happens, if they unfortunately die after only a couple years of taking these lifetime income payments?
Well, there's a death benefit then. There's going to be money left in that account.
Okay.
And the death benefit gets paid out to their beneficiaries. So they can enjoy those weekly paychecks, monthly paychecks. And then, unfortunately, if they pass away, their beneficiaries will get that lump sum, whatever may be left.
Okay. All right. So then, even if someone doesn't think they're going to live long, it's still worth having a conversation and maybe having one of these, because what if they do live long?
Exactly.
So
we don't have that
way.
crystal ball.
Okay. Yeah, that is great.
It's a great investment.
I know pensions are becoming few and far between now. And, Social Security is not enough.
No.
And so
No.
having lifetime income plus Social Security, yeah, I could see how that would
There
help
are
someone travel
and there
more.
are a few different types of lifetime income. Because we have access to countless investments, the lifetime income, it doesn't have to be a set, steady stream. It can actually, there are some companies that like to offer you a higher payout in the very beginning of retirement while you're still younger and able to maybe do more things than you would later in your retirement. So if you wanted a higher payout in the beginning of retirement, because people do tend to, first few years of retirement, they buy that boat maybe, they go golfing 3 times a week. They do a lot more than maybe later in retirement. So there's
True.
a lot of different options. There are customization ways that can suit that person's lifestyle.
Okay. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
it's a
that's
it's
great.
a great conversation to have to people, that are just retiring. They had
Mhm.
no idea that they could do that. So
Yeah.
so
I
it
mean, I know
it
you've changed a lot of our
mhm,
clients' lives,
mhm. They tell me
and
that.
yeah, and they send you pictures from vacations
Yes.
now and say,
Yes.
"Well, this vacation was paid for by my lifetime income payment,"
Yes.
and
Yeah.
how cool is that?
It's an amazing gift that we can share with people, that
Yeah.
you can enjoy the retirement you dreamed about.
Mm.
All of your hard work that you did all those years, all of that money that you saved can give you the retirement you dreamed of
Yeah.
without the fear of running out of money.
Yeah, you need to be able to sleep at night because what's
Yes.
the point of having accumulated a ton of assets if it's keeping you up at night?
Right. Are you just going to leave it to your kids, or, you
Mhm.
want to be able to enjoy it. Your kids want you to be able to enjoy it.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is one of the amazing things about
Mhm.
our job.
It truly is.
Yeah. So, protecting a portion of your assets, creating lifetime income, and then, another strategy that we use to help people not run out of money is preparing for those extended healthcare costs. That is a huge fear of people these days because we see that we are living longer. And, what that means is that our body is going to probably start failing us a little bit
Mhm.
towards the end of our life. And that gets very costly, whether it be, a facility that takes care of us or home health care, aides, assistance, paying someone to even just help with daily tasks.
Mhm.
That is a huge cost. And oh my gosh, can that implode a retirement plan if you
That's right.
don't have something in place?
That's right.
So, can you tell me, first of all, tell me about what made you so passionate in this? Do you have a client story? And of course, don't use their name, or do you have a personal experience?
So, both. Um, my mother aged and she was by herself. My father passed away when he was still young. And as my mother aged, she was not able to take care of herself. She was not able to do all the things that she needed to do for everyday life.
Mm.
My family and I, we put together a few, it seems like a staff of people that helped her be able to age in place and be able to have some comfort in life. Unfortunately, we had to go through all of her resources, all of her investments, a lot of our personal money
Mm.
in order to keep her where she wanted to be.
Mm.
And I saw firsthand how expensive it was and how draining it was on everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't just affect the person that needs care. It's
Uh,
the entire family, it's the friends. It affects everyone, whether it's physically, mentally, financially, of course.
mhm.
So, and this was years ago before a lot of these types of investments were available to us. I also have a friend that I saw once, and I ran into her and I said, "Oh, how are you?" And she said, "Oh, I'm not doing so well." And I said, "What's wrong?" I thought there was something wrong with her. And she said, "Well, my mom had a stroke and I've had to quit my job. My mom moved in with me.
Mm.
I have been her caretaker 24 hours a day for at least 2 years now, and she said, "I am physically, mentally, emotionally, financially drained." She said, "My life is so different." And I said, "I'm sorry, what can I do to help you?" And she said, "There's nothing that anybody can do. I have to do it myself." So I knew that she had worked in a office for at least 35 years. And I asked her about her 401k. I said, "Didn't you have a 401k, plan with work?" And she
Mhm.
said, I did." And I said, "Well, let's have a conversation so that your kids don't
Mm.
have to do what you are doing."
Mm.
She said, "Well, my plan is I'll just move into my daughter's extra bedroom and I'll sit there. I'll have a nice recliner, a mini fridge, a TV with a remote, and that's my plan. I'm going to just tell her, you go on your way over the weekend, you take the kids to Disney,
Hmm.
and I'll be fine here." And I said,
Interesting.
"Well, Beth, would you do that to your mom?"
Yeah.
And she said, "No." I even had to get somebody to sit with her while, I just came out to go shopping for a couple hours.
Wow.
So I said, "Well, that's not a plan, is it?" And she said, "No,
Yeah.
it's not a good plan, but what can I do?" So,
I can only imagine how many people have the exact same plan.
mhm, mhm.
Well, we'll just figure
Just
it
keep
out.
me in the room,
Yeah.
go on your way.
Yeah.
But the plan that we provided her with is, let's go back to the lifetime income investment that we just had
Mhm.
a conversation about. That lifetime income investment has additional features if needed for extended care.
Mm.
Now, this is a game changer.
Wow.
The way it works is if you are taking lifetime income, like we discussed,
Mhm.
monthly paychecks, directed pension,
Sure.
if you're taking that monthly paycheck and you need extended care, that paycheck will double for up to 5 years
Wow.
if you ever need care.
So let's say, I don't know, you're taking $10,000 a month in income.
Mhm.
That will truly become $20,000.
That will double
That's
to
incredible.
$20,000 for up to 5 years if care is needed. It is
Wow.
life-changing money if you ever needed care.
Paid indemnity to you or paid to, do you have to be in a home?
There's a couple different there's a couple different investments that most of them pay directly to the client.
Okay.
There are ones that will pay to a facility if that's the route you choose to go.
Okay.
Most people would like to age in place in their
Mhm.
home,
Mhm.
but to know that you have that peace of mind,
Mhm.
that you won't be that burden.
Sure.
You don't have to be. You can direct your own care, or your loved one can,
Mhm.
and have the finances and the resources to pay for it. It's
Yeah.
an amazing gift, and I have given that gift to my family.
Yeah.
Um, it's truly, truly a life-changing benefit that you can have for yourself, and it is very, very simple to do.
Wow. Yeah, and I mean, even if, because I know a lot of times people will feel like hopeless almost because, they say, well, it's not going to be enough money regardless. It's not going to be enough to pay for that care. Okay, but it's better than nothing.
Exactly.
Why
Mhm.
not at least increase your income
Mhm.
and afford a part of that care?
Mhm.
Or, you might be able to afford paying a retired nurse or,
Yes. That's
some
the
type of home
idea.
health care.
Mhm.
Something is better than nothing always.
Mhm.
Um,
And we always do tell people, if you do not have something with lifetime income in your portfolio,
mhm,
you're missing out.
mhm.
Now, if you do not have lifetime income with extended care features, you are truly missing out because you can have that security, that peace of mind.
Mhm. And do you usually recommend that both spouses have individual policies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because they can activate the healthcare feature at different times depending on when they need it. Is that the mindset on having two separate policies?
Yes, and if John Smith opened up a policy like this. Well, that's his policy. Mary can't use it.
Okay.
And so inevitably, if they have just one,
Mm-hmm.
it might be the other spouse that needs it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I know personally, we have met with some clients and there's, two spouses and one feels the need to have some kind of policy in place. They see
Mhm.
the importance and the other says, well, this one's just going to take care of me.
Exactly.
And, that may be the case, but it may not be because what if that person that was supposed to take care of you
Right.
dies before you? You
Right.
never know.
Right. Yeah. And I've had that conversation with people and then maybe 6 months later I get a phone call. Oh my goodness, Mary had a stroke.
Mm.
Remember that policy that you
Oh,
talked about?
it's too late.
It's a little too late.
So you need to put these in place while you're still healthy.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Although there are not, it's not a underwriting process with blood work or anything
Oh,
like
okay.
that. It's just a few questions on the application stating that you can perform the 6 activities of daily living.
Okay. So, yeah, the best time to do it is,
Mm-hmm.
of course, today
Today.
when
There
you're
is
at your
always.
healthiest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's not put that off.
Okay. All right. So we've talked about adding a level of protection, the importance of lifetime income with extended care features, and then, that last strategy that it seems self-explanatory, but we always like to bring it up with clients is having an organized plan that both parties in the household understand and can see on a 1 or 2 page document, not a huge binder of information and numbers that are overwhelming, but having an organized plan that's going to show you what your income will be every year, from which investments we're going to pull from first. Will any of them run out? Will any of them provide care features? What your expenses are going to be in retirement? Is there a gap? Really just having that transparency and organization is so important. And that's something that even the best investors over the years, some people we meet with that have crazy high net worths, the other spouse or even themselves sometimes have no idea what their portfolio even looks like or if they'll run out of money, what each investment means.
Yeah, that's so true. And we pride ourselves into having that organized plan. Let's get together. Let's talk about what your bills are, what your budget should be. And let's get, if it is a married couple, let's get both of you in the room and let's explain, here is where this money is held. Here is where the other money is held and why. Like you said, do you have that plan? Do you have that lifetime income? It's so important to have both spouses on the same page. And we take pride in explaining and documenting and making it a simple plan so that it's not overwhelming.
Yeah. Because that's people, I think, sometimes dread meeting with a
They do.
financial
I
advisor
know.
because
I know.
they're like, I'm not going to understand anything. I'm going to leave overwhelmed, feel like I didn't do anything right my whole life. And, that's something that I've certainly learned from you is breaking it down into simple, easy, understandable terms and explaining it
Right.
because they might have done a great job. They just need it explained to them, or maybe we just need to make a couple tweaks. And you've always been so patient with all of our clients, and that's something I'm trying to emulate because this is people's life savings. Oftentimes, this is so important what we do,
Yes.
and we need to understand the magnitude of that. And you do an excellent job, and I'm sure all of your clients would attest to that.
Thank you. And you do as well. Your organization skills are
I'm a bit OCD when it
top
comes
notch.
to organizing.
But as we've talked about, an educated client is a great client. We want our clients to know exactly where their money is held and why. And if they know that, they feel so much more comfortable. They feel confident in their retirement.
Sure.
Not just retirement, in every stage of life.
Yeah, because we don't only work with clients in retirement, of
No,
course,
no.
we work with young families, young
Mhm,
professionals, each
mhm,
step of the way. But that's just, what we wanted to talk about today, the number
mhm,
one fear in retirement, because that is a huge percentage of what we do every
mhm,
day
mhm.
is help people
Alleviate,
alleviate
mhm.
that fear.
Yes,
No need to
yes.
fear. We
Yeah.
can help you. Is there anything else that you wanted to
I
talk
do
about on
well,
that?
do just want to say when you just touched on it recently, we respect the fact that this is people's life savings.
Mhm,
This is what they have worked so hard for, and we want people to know that we will take good care of you.
mhm.
We will guide you along the way, and you can be as involved as you want to be, but we really care.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen your
Mhm.
clients turn into your friends,
They
your
do.
family,
They do.
and that's part of being a small
Mhm.
family business
Mhm.
that you're going to have that special touch
Mhm.
and, know what your clients are doing that year, vacation
Mhm.
wise, college, if they're having babies,
Mhm. Mhm.
grandchildren, and planning for that. It's so important, in my opinion.
And that is probably the number 1 on the list. Let's learn about our clients first.
Mhm.
If we don't know our clients and what their goals are, we can't put together a plan.
Mhm. That
So
is
let's
true.
get to know them.
That is so true.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much
It was a
for coming
pleasure.
on the podcast. I hope you're
Sure.
open to doing it again in the
Sure.
future. I'm
Absolutely.
sure our
Yeah.
clients and friends, family, neighbors, prospective clients will enjoy how we've touched on these
Mhm.
topics. Of course, we have to go into more detail on an individual basis.
Mhm.
And when it comes to those investments like the lifetime income, the ones with extended care features, we're always able to run hypothetical illustrations for clients with their specific amount of money, their age, their life circumstances, so that they can see what it would look like in their life.
Mhm.
And, we can always do that for someone. Would you say, even if they're not a client, could we
Of course.
run a hypothetical
Of
so that they could
course.
get an idea?
That's the resources that we have at our fingertips,
Okay. So they have
and
nothing to lose.
nothing to lose. Let's see what it would look like for me, for
Hmm.
my savings, my situation. That's all it's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, most people are visual. So I think that
Right.
could be really helpful.
Right. Yeah.
So, thank you so much, Lisa, for talking to me about the number one fear in retirement. I
Thank
look forward
you.
to having you back on the podcast.
Thanks,
And
Marissa.
for everyone joining, thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Future of Finance podcast with Marissa Wood. If you want more information or wanted to schedule a complimentary consultation, wanted to ask some questions or get an illustration for yourself, you're free to go to our website, union-financial.com. Click on our scheduling link. It'll take you right to my personal calendar, and you can book with either myself or Lisa. Phone call, meeting, Zoom call, totally complimentary, and we look forward to helping you combat that number one fear in retirement. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, LLC, BCM, a registered investment advisor. BCM and Union Financial Services are independent of each other. Insurance products and services are not offered through BCM, but are offered and sold through individually licensed and appointed agents. The opinions expressed by Marissa Wood and guests on this show are their own and do not reflect the opinions of this radio station. All statements and opinions expressed are based upon information considered reliable, although it should not be relied upon as such. Any statements or opinions are subject to change without notice. Investments involve risk and, unless otherwise stated, are not guaranteed. Past performance cannot be used as an indicator to determine future results. Any strategies mentioned may not be suitable for everyone. Information expressed does not take into account your specific situation or objectives and is not intended as recommendations appropriate for you. Before acting on any information mentioned, please consult with a qualified tax or investment advisor to determine if it is suitable for your specific situation. This program is designed to provide accurate and authoritative information with regard to subject covered.